Distance Learning by Larry Kesler. To begin our presentation, we first need to define distance learning before we actually get into the trends that are associated with it. First of all, what exactly is distance learning or distance education? A great definition that I found says that distance learning is an institution-based formal education where the learning group is separated and where interactive telecommunication systems are used to connect learners, resources, and instructors. Another definition is that distance learning is any formal approach to instruction in which the majority of the instruction occurs while educator and learner are not in each other's physical presence. A few examples of this are email, Google Meet, Khan Academy, and Blackboard, just to name a few, but there are far more out there. Distance learning has been around for quite some time, but in recent years, it has really exploded and came to the forefront. According to Liu and Yin, the development of computers in the past 2 decades has resulted in changes of education enterprises and schools. Today, I want to discuss just 3 trends in distance learning or distance education. There are quite a few methods, but the 3 that I'll discuss today are very important to a lot of schools, including the one I am at. These 3 are collaborative learning, virtual learning, and what is known as a flipped classroom. I will define these as we get to them. Personally, I have used or been using these 3 quite frequently, especially as of late. These models can be used at any age level, but I'll be focusing more on the K through 12 classrooms. One thing about some of the apps I will discuss, they could fit into more than one of these categories. First up is collaborative learning. This is exactly what it sounds like, learning while working together. This model is also designed to mirror how jobs work together to achieve a goal or a task. Very popular applications using this method are apps in the Google Suite, which includes Docs, Sheets, and Google Meet, just to name a few. Google is one of the most widespread used suites in all of education. According to Millward, the industry giant boasts a footprint of 80 million educators and students using its G Suite for education tools, and 40 million users using its classroom app. These apps allow many users to simultaneously work on a piece, which years ago was not possible. Google Docs was one of the first tools that I ever used where I worked with someone else simultaneously on an assignment. Google Docs is designed to support collaborative writing with tools to help with sentence mechanics and word choice. Skype and Zoom are also very popular video conferencing apps that are used to collaborate as well. Second up is the virtual learning apps and sites, also known as virtual learning environments or VLEs for short. Virtual learning environments can be described many ways, but I think the following bullets sum it up very nicely. A virtual learning environment is a designed information space. A virtual learning environment is a social space. Educational interactions occur in the environment, turning spaces into places. Students are not only active, but also actors. They co-construct the virtual space. Virtual learning environments are not restricted to distance education. They also enrich classroom activities. Most virtual environments overlap with physical environments. One of the best examples of this is Google Classroom. Google Classroom provides a central location to communicate with students, post questions, and create assignments in an increasingly digital world. Google Classroom helps facilitate online learning for today's digital learners. Programs like these are platforms to post work, while the system can do things like grade assignments to communicate with students who are late on assignments. Google Classroom is meant to help teachers manage the creation and collection of student assignments in a paperless environment, basically leveraging the framework of Google Docs, Drive, and other apps. Google Classroom allows teachers to spend more time with their students and less time on the paperwork. These applications, in essence, replace students being in the classroom and use technology to accomplish this. This has been an application that I have gained knowledge and confidence in over the past few months due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Finally, the flipped classroom is the last model I'll talk about. The flipped classroom can be used without technology, but in my opinion, the most effective models use technology. The flipped classroom approach is considered as an innovation in K-12 education since 2012. Basically, a flipped classroom does exactly what it says it will. It flips lecture and homework. According to an article titled Investigating the Use of the Khan Academy and Mathematics Software with a Flipped Classroom Approach in Mathematics Testing, it says essentially in a flipped classroom, what is learned in class is learned at home, and the homework done at home is now done in class. The flipped classroom or inverted classroom reverses traditional education. The teacher delivers the content outside the classroom with videos prepared by him or her and uses class time for active learning by having students collaborate and interact with each other. The Khan Academy provides numerous activities, instructional videos, and a personalized learning dashboard that enable students to study at their own pace in and outside of the classroom. In the flipped classroom approach, using Khan Academy, students benefit from the rich content of the Khan Academy at home before the actual class session, but it becomes more important that the kind of learning environment they will encounter in the classroom under the guidance of the teacher will enable them to enhance their understanding of mathematical concepts. If the preparations done by the students outside the classroom are not complemented with planned activities with the teacher's guidance in class, the positive effects of the flipped classroom may not emerge as expected. In closing, with students and teachers being able to attend or conduct lessons from the comfort of their own home, distance learning is definitely the concept for the future. I believe we as an education community were already aiming this way, but with the COVID-19 virus causing so many issues in education, I believe distance learning has stepped to the forefront. With all the online resources and capabilities out there now, teachers and students that are not adapting are very quickly losing options for their education.